Hey guys, to see how I get this look, please keep on watching. Now putting my hair out of the way so I've got more space to work with. Now doing primer, this one's from Essence, rubbing it into my skin. I'm putting it on my forehead, my cheeks, as well as my chin. Just making sure that I completely get this set into the skin. Now moving on to foundation, this one's from L'Oreal in the shade 250 and I'm buffing this in with a flat top brush. Making sure I cover all sections of my skin to cover any imperfections and make my skin look flawless. Don't forget to blend down to your neck so it doesn't look like you put a mask on. Now moving on to concealer. This one is in the shade Banana or Yellow from LA Girl. Love this one to brighten up my cheeks and also use for highlight. I'm using the same flat top brush to buff that in, just pushing it into the skin. I'm now going to set this with Revolution Cosmetics banana powder or the luxury banana powder, just using a small beauty blender that's dry to sort of set that, just pushing it in to set the concealer. Just place that powder wherever you place the concealer to set. Now going to set the rest of my face with a powder from NYX. Now I'm going to contour and do a little bit more highlighting. This is a palette that I've got from NYX as well. This is a great variety of contour shades depending on your skin tone. Using an angled brush to contour my cheeks. Chisel out those cheekbones. A little bit on the forehead, a little bit on your nose and the chin. Now for some blush. This makes me look alive, so I definitely have to add it every time I do any kind of makeup look. This one I'm doing, what I'm using is from Miniso. And now I'm going ahead and adding a little bit darker blush. This one's from Average Lane. Now moving on to highlight. This is the Glowgasm palette from Switch Beauty. One of my favorite highlighting palettes. Just mixing up two of the shades to give me a cheekbone highlight. A little bit on the nose and the cupid's bow. Now for your brows, just brushing that out with the spoolie to make sure all the hairs are laying in place. And now moving on to a brow kit. This one's from Revolution Cosmetics and using a small angled brush to carve out the brows. Basically just filling in, following the natural shape of my eyebrows, which I've obviously cleaned up the day before. basically filling in all the sparse areas to make them look a little bit more fuller. See the difference? Now moving on to the next one so that they look kind of similar. Sing a little bit. Sing a little bit more. Now I'm carving them out with a concealer shade that's also found in this brow kit, just to make them look a little bit more perfect at the bottom. Now adding eyeshadow base. This one is in white from LA Girl, just to give you sort of a clean canvas to add or to work with when you are going to do your eyeshadow. And this also helps to make the eyeshadow look much more vibrant, so that the colors stand out more in pictures and when you're out and about. Just pushing that in with a concealer brush and setting it with some powder. Now moving on to eyeshadow. This is the Shan XO palette from BH Cosmetics, using the yellow shade as a transition shade with a blending brush. This one I got from Miniso. Just pushing that into the crease to make sure that it's blended. And keep adding product until it's dark enough. Now moving on to the more orange shade in the palette. This I'm pushing into my outer V to make the eyes look a little bit more deeper and give it more depth. Also using a fluffy brush to sort of blend that into the skin. What you don't want is harsh lines, so keep on blending until you think it looks like blended enough. And keep on blending. Blend, blend, blend. Blending takes time, but it's worth it at the end. Pushing some onto my lower lash line. Smoke it out a bit so it kind of blends in with your upper lid. Blending one more time with that brush from Miniso. Now adding some concealer to my lid. I'll show you now. Look up to make sure you can blend it out to the right space, up onto your lid, pushing that in with a concealer brush. This is also going to help when you add your shimmer shades to make it a little bit more vibrant. Now adding the shimmer shade from the palette, I'm mixing two, pushing that onto the lid, or sort of packing it onto that concealer, and blending it in with the outer V shade. Now blending the outer V one more time to darken up that darker shade that I've added previously. Sometimes adding shade to the lid can sort of diffuse that and make it look washed out, so just add a little bit more product to make it look a little bit darker. Now adding a little bit more of that yellow shade, just to bring a little bit more transition onto the eye. Now doing my inner corner with a shimmer shade. This just opens your eye some more. And now highlighting the brow bone. I like using matte shades. I don't like to shine and sparkle that much. This just also completes the eye and makes it look even more blend out. blend it out. Buff off the fallout. Now adding eyeliner. This is a smoky eyeliner from Essence. Just drawing a line and then buffing it out with a pencil brush just to make it look smoked out. Blending one more time, then adding winged liner. This is a liquid liner from Essence. It's also waterproof. I love it. It's got a small little brush at the end which makes it very great for precise liner. Basically just following the shape of my eye to draw a line. Moving on to the other eye. Like I say, just following the shape of your eye. So the next step is to draw two lines following the bottom line or your bottom lower lash line, and then connect the two lines that you've drawn. Then you just need to fill in that little triangle that's left blank and sort of shape it out to make it look even more perfect. One thing I can say with winged eyeliner is practice makes perfect. If you've got any imperfections, you can just take a tissue with your finger and fix it. Moving on to mascara. This one is from Essence. It's the I Love Extreme Volume or Curl Mascara. This one's great. Just adding a coat of mascara before I add my falsies. I usually go in with 2 coats, but 1 coat should be okay if you are going to be wearing false lashes. Don't forget your bottom lashes if you've got any. Now moving on to my falsies, and these are from the Glam Lash, and these ones are in Wink Wink. Don't forget to trim them to make sure they fit your eye because they are quite big when you start off with. I'm using the eyelash glue from Eyelure. This one is great. It's latex based glue, so it's easy to peel off when you remove. You just add it with the applicator, and when it's ready it will start sort of going transparent. Wait about 30 seconds, blow a little to see whether it would go a little bit faster. Then place it on with a tweezer when looking down into a mirror. Push it down onto the eye, onto your lash line, and make sure it's completely fixed. Look at that difference. Now moving on to the other one. Once again, don't forget to trim the lash so it fits your eye. Add the lash glue, wait 30 seconds for it to get tacky, and stick down. Love it. Now some setting spray. This one's from Woolworths, and then just taking a beauty blender to sort of push that into the skin so it looks more melted into your skin. Now cleaning off any foundation from my lips and using this lip kit from Revolution Cosmetics. First adding lip liner to sort of draw out the line of my lips. And then adding the liquid lip, which is in a matte formula. This is a really pretty color and it lasts quite long. And that's the look. Thank you so much for watching, guys.